So, you guys just spent 4 days. Actually, let me bring myself into frame. I should probably make sure I've got the right browser in frame, huh? Alright, hang on. Firefox, Roll20, perfect. Done. Alright, now that you're in frame. You guys, last week, before reaching Unallow, you spent some 4 days in transit. And I know you've got a couple of things that you can do. A couple of ticks that you can put on those project trackers.
Oh man, I need to figure out what my projects are. Because I think I finished all the ones that I was.
And I've got the one for, I guess, the shell company
Oh, the
stuff.
suits. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah. I'll definitely work on the suits. That seems pretty important if we're going to war.
and I need to update this one to, because you got the better data. Heck. There you go. What happened to that check mark? Tiny. Never mind, it's fine. Yeah. There's Zoe still got the Zoe can still identify Ada's, just needs to make a last in-program check. Zoe can work on those suits. I don't think I made that a project, did I?
Yeah,
Oh,
it should be a project tracker.
it technically is, but it just needs the passage of time. You
Oh, okay.
you already made the fix check. And there's Lula. Um, and so that one's just waiting for basically for the team that's working on it to send their work to Zoe, have Zoe make adjustments, approvals, and um, get her hands into the suit herself and finish it up.
All right.
And
Well,
that's just gonna take some time.
get on it.
Uh,
Then I guess I'm working on the Ada suits because I said we would. Or not the
Artemis.
Jesus.
yeah.
No, not the suits, the scanner, because apparently I don't
Oh.
need to work on the suits.
And actually, my sense of time is off because my last note here says it's 7/12, July 12th, before you even begin the drill to unallow. So all of these times are up. You've got the Artemis suits done.
Oh, okay, cool. Easily
Let's
done.
yeah, let's talk about that real quick. We're not gonna let that go without some role play. Um, Grig, just before. Actually, I guess this would be a couple days before you actually set off the bomb or power on the bomb at transition zone. You guys are all. You actually wait there for about 9 days.
Yeah, we got some time to kill.
You got some time to kill. And Grig calls Zoe over. Sends her a message. Zoe, I'm not gonna be able to do her accent right now. I haven't even listened to anybody Scottish recently, or Irish. You know, neither of them.
Uh,
Or Scotch
Actually,
Irish.
I just like to make a note. If we were waiting there for if we would have to wait for 9 days, was there more stuff we can scavenge from either just the destroyed station or the
Yeah,
um
yeah, you coulda.
IA? Yeah.
I'll give you another 1,200 spare parts.
Yeah, just shove that right in the engine.
Jam it in there.
Jam it in there.
That's how you
Shove
use
it
spare
in.
parts, right?
Yep.
Kind of shove them in until it says ding.
Yeah. That's how I'm treating it. Yeah, I cannot edit the engine.
No, I know. I'm working on it.
Okay.
All right. Well, how much of your spare parts do you want to cram into the engine? You need 20,000 of them.
Well, we'll shove all that 1,200 in there, and
Mhm.
then let's shove another 4,800 in. I think.
Okay, so total of 6,000.
Yeah. Then I'll edit the sheet to get us down to the proper amount of spare parts.
Make that bold. Make it easy to see. All right. 6,000 spare parts committed to the repair. All right. Hey, Zoe. I think the suits are good to go.
Oh, sweet. Like, I want to go see them. Like, right now. Come on, let's go see them.
Aye, all laid out. Just
Like,
your
laid out. No sense of showmanship. You gotta have them standing up.
mm. Goes easier this way.
Fine. Look at your weird morgue, I guess.
Look,
They're
I'm not the
standing
one
up,
for pretty
dude.
presentations. That's you and Jai. I guess
Jai
Nemesis
shit.
with her flashy, bright red hair. Imposter.
Look, it's very clearly intended not to mimic real red hair. Thank you very much. Not an imposter.
Yeah, I get in one.
All right. Uh.
How
Gre-
how fucking awesome is it?
Greek looks at her. Didn't you want to? Okay.
No. You say it's ready.
Aye. And
Power it up. Turn it on. Let's go.
she shows Zoe where the control panel is. I mean, Zoe knows where the control panel is. Zoe's been working on these also. But
Okay, well then in that case, I don't say anything to her.
okay.
I'm just turning on myself. Get out of here.
Uh,
No, stay here and be awed by how cool it is.
ma'am.
That's a very enthusiastic sound.
This is
And
exactly the reaction I want. Yes.
it's pretty awesome. I don't remember if I gave you the completed stats for them, but I did end up changing things a little bit from what I said.
Can I still take on a tank in it? Like a shitty tank, like a normal tank.
Well,
Like a TLC tank.
funny you should ask that.
Uh-oh. What did you do?
Funny you should ask that. You remember I said that there's that weird integral blade that no, it's integral, you can't remove it?
Mhm.
Turns out that counts as a heavy weapon. Which means it
The answer
can
is yeah.
damage tanks.
Run me closer. I want to hit them with my sword.
Oh, is it one of those, what is it called? Ghost cutter weapons or
The
something?
wind cutter, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, see, and this is the part where Zoe like stands up in the suit, puts up her arm, and a fucking like blade just snaps out, and she goes, "Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about."
Great.
What a pity none of
Jumps
us have
back.
melee proficiency.
And she looks around. She looks around for literally anything that she could stab. Just anything.
Well, what does she find?
There's got to be a box of something.
There's a box of spare parts over there. You can't do too much damage to spare parts. They're already spare.
Yeah, yeah. Stab the spare parts.
Oh, and here I was going to
Damn.
suggest something with some sort of box that says Zeiss Project. Zeiss Project, do not touch.
No. I assume we're in the cargo bay for this, right?
Oh no, you're in the workshop. You're in not engineering itself, but your extensive workshop on the ship.
Oh, see, that's the problem because the workshop has all my stuff in it.
Yes, it does. And the broodmother's also there.
Oh,
Nips.
no,
Well, now, yeah. Hold up.
that's
Do
basically
it.
my project anyway.
Do it.
Wow.
Destroy it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, the sword, despite Zoe's lack of skill in handling a blade, it cuts through the box and the parts within it with ease.
Nice.
I guess I haven't really even used the MIPS yet because I haven't really needed modular drones. But it's
Or
good to know I have it.
we've been nowhere that you're allowed to bring them.
Yeah, basically. That's okay though.
There's whatever the stats. Okay. It has. Excuse me. It also has the Infra Shield mod.
Oh, sick. Yeah, so I bring up my other arm and it
Mhm.
goes.
I think the whole thing is a shield.
Yeah, it's the entire
Oh,
thing. It applies your
cool.
AC against entity attacks.
Shit. So it
And
just like the
yeah,
whole.
it's kind of this
Dope.
old graphics had those low polygon counts.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Wait,
that.
are you saying I have Tomb Raider boob going on?
No. It's like a low poly count shield around you.
Oh, okay. So have you ever watched the original Dune?
Yeah. Wait, the
Now, when you
original
say the
Dune?
original
No,
Dune, do you mean the Lynch one?
I mean the 84 one.
I
So
did
the
not.
Lynch one.
Okay. Well, slow blade penetrates the shield type thing.
I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about. Yeah. I don't think it's quite the same visual because weren't those? Oh no, those were pretty blocky.
Yeah, they were super square.
Okay, this has more poly than that, but yeah, similar in appearance.
Okay. Okay, cool.
We fire a laser at them to create a horrible explosion.
It does
Yes,
not. It doesn't
probably.
seem to do anything against lasers. I
Oh.
mean, aside from normal AC.
I tried jumping. I tried twisting.
Twist and shout.
I put on the helmet and I do a tuck and roll.
You think
Just
you're an FPS protagonist
yeah,
now?
just for comedy effect, let's go ahead and have Zoe roll a either strength or dex exert with I believe it's a -2 penalty.
What? This should make me better at that shit.
That it. I mean, it is better at that shit. It's just that it's not very feasible.
Oh
Ah!
dang! Even with a -2,
Get fucked.
pulls off a 9. Zoe looks competent,
Fucking dope as hell
doing her
this.
tuck and roll and coming up with the blade at hand.
Ugh.
Now,
This is the part where I pull out my SMG and realize I can't fit my finger into the hole for the trigger.
we'll modify
Yeah,
that, man.
I feel
Oops.
like hiding a hidden weapon in this thing is kind of pointless, you know?
It's not. Excuse me. It's not so much that it's hidden; it's that it doesn't count against your encumbrance.
Mm.
There's your real benefit. Now the suit is assisting Zoe a little bit because it's compensating for her lack of strength. Um, it does have it allows her to treat her strength as 4 points higher for encumbrance purposes.
Ooh, that means that I can carry at least some stuff now.
Yes, you,
That box of spare parts that I stabbed earlier, now I can pick it up.
you can carry things like an average human can.
I actually think I go all the way to above average human because I'm at. Oh no, I'm at 6. 10 is average human. Yeah. Damn.
You really need to get to the gym.
No, I don't.
just get her hooked on the VR.
Get all sweaty? Gross.
And you have 6 of those.
Boy, howdy. I guess presumably we would have brought those down with us, huh?
I guess so. Actually, I hadn't thought
I
about the time frames on that. Depends. Does Zoe tell people about these?
Do I
keep
tell
all 6 for
people?
yourself in case you break this?
Yeah, like, come on, dude. I'm pretty willing to help out my fellow man here, obviously.
I'm just trying to preserve my continuity. If you don't want to help me with that, then you'd rather help your other players. I understand.
Yes, I tell people about the fact that we have armor now.
Oh, we're not allowed to use it.
Yeah. We'll never be allowed to use it. It's gonna be like my tank. It'll never leave the hangar.
It's
Except
already
for
left
that
anger at least once.
that one
Yeah.
time, yeah. That was awesome. It was the best. We didn't actually use it for anything, except for I think we made some holes in the wall.
I mean, it was a threat. I mean, it presented the threat of itself. That was pretty much.
yeah,
all we
that's
really
all we
needed.
really needed it for, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, then, yeah, you can have gone down as 6 power-suited persons in power armor of not power-suited, power-armored persons in power armor that is silvery white with gold trim.
And we figured out that laser weapons were the best thing against ghosties, right?
Yes, you did.
Ghosty ghosts.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna have to figure out a way of hooking up some laser weapons to this thing. Cool.
Yeah, that might be something you could do. Actually, yeah. Assault suit.
I mean,
An
I assume
assault
it's
suit.
just a modification of the laser weapon to make it so that it doesn't necessarily have to plug into the assault suit. It just needs to be able to be used by the assault suit.
No, it can actually plug into the assault suit.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah, that's actually a thing on power armor, isn't it?
On assault suits, yeah, and I think all the well, on the base assault suit, and I think all those that follow from it do the same. I think Vestimentium is probably the only one that doesn't, but that's technically a lower class of. Oh, it's a lower grade of assault suit, but it has 0 encumbrance. So
Of the assault suit is built on the assault suit chassis.
I'm sorry.
In the book, everything that's better than the assault suit is built on the assault suit chassis.
Yeah, and Vestimentium is the only one that's not.
They all say, it's the assault suit, except, and then they add shit.
Which is why I find it odd when people sit there and say that a field emitter panoply is not visible when you're wearing it. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's still an assault suit. It just has an additional function to glow.
Wasn't the field emitter panoply the one that had like weird camo that makes it look like whatever you want it to look like?
No, that's actually
It's more like it could be. I thought it was more like it could just basically be wearing your clothes, right? No.
Nope. It doesn't specify here, but it has all of the benefits of storm armor, which is to treat strength is 4 points higher, has gravitic boosters allowing you to leap 20 meters, has all kinds of onboard medical computers, and yeah, it's still just power armor with additional bonuses.
Wait, so you get to treat your strength as 4 points higher, but then you still get a -2 for anything you would do with your strength? Or just
No, that's
that?
just until you guys get accustomed to wearing power armor.
That's like
Oh,
the
okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
that's like the vac suit thing.
I don't take off the power armor ever.
You're just living like this from now on.
I am Iron Man. Woman.
Shut up, Zoe.
Iron,
I'm
whatchamacallit.
rescue.
And I
No,
don't know if it's a -2. I think I just came up with that out of my butt.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as your butt's consistent.
There's something like that for vac suits.
It's. I thought it was -2 for vac suits, and I think that's where I was going with it. What is the vac suit penalty? It is -2.
I am good at vac suits. Does that transfer over?
No, it's a different mode of movement. The suit itself is doing a lot of the movement for you, whereas the vac suit, it's the opposite, where you're having to. The
Push
suit is
against it, yeah.
resisting you. Yeah.
They haven't figured out pressureless vac suits yet.
Apparently not, because there's still 2 encumbrance.
Jesus.
But yeah, vac suits are a -2 penalty to all hit rolls and skill checks, and I'll just do the same for power armor.
Okay.
That require movement. If you're just thinking, it's not a -2.
Right.
Figured that was an important clarification.
I roll no. Okay, well -2 because you're in a power armor.
I take off my helmet. Okay, problem solved.
He really got you there.
The arriving on the planet in your vac suit changes a couple of the interactions. So let me ask if you'll help me to make this a little more consistent. Would Zoe and Jai at least have taken off their helmets on ground? We can come up with a reason saying that all of the all the displays and everything that's in front of your face right now is still really difficult to navigate.
It's also very rude to wear a helmet and just when you're talking to someone.
I'm not sure Jai cares about that so much.
Yeah, probably not. I guess you have to provide an additional reason for him. Yeah.
But would you guys be willing to come up with a reason for them to have taken their helmet off?
No,
I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
definitely.
Where? When?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We never did the recap, so Jai doesn't know where the hell we are.
Yeah.
Well, it did, but
I
he
know,
wasn't
wow.
here.
Did we?
Yeah, we did a little bit of recap at the beginning.
Not
Run
much.
back that recording. I don't think so.
So last session, Lulu, after finishing the jump to Onalau, the crew
Made some friends.
made some friends. Yep, jumping ahead a little bit. The system is completely starless. That was the first unusual observation. The second one was what you were expecting, or at least sort of expecting, that it appears to be completely consumed or subsumed into the infraworld. So his infraworld detector is just like, yep, this is the infraworld. Physics still work more or less. Although there are some things that are different, such as your ship sensors can't really sense anything, and Zoe and Nemesis and Armstrong had to make some considerable adjustments to them to be able to see to even see the sun at the center of the system. And that sun, once you can see it, or upon doing an EVA and looking in the sun's direction, is seen the same as it was when Jai entered the portal. It is a black sun that appears to have light streaming around from the edges of it. It basically looks like an eclipsed sun. You identified 2 planetary bodies in orbit around the sun, and the one that was nearer to you, or that was nearer to your path, was the smaller of the 2. Jacques Starcross laid in a course, and en route, you were contacted and basically told, hey, shut your engines down or you're going to attract smokes. Zoe and the rest of the crew, except for Jai, being as trusting and friendly as they are, um, complied and received landing coordinates. Coordinates for a dropship to go down, because it would require your engines to actually land on the planet without, just crashing on the planet. So the Raza was sent into an orbit, which looped back around and positioned you precisely so that you could send the drop pod down, and the Raza kept on flying in its orbit. You guys are you'll have a window in about in about a Raza day, however long it takes for the Raza to complete its orbit back around the planet, um, in which to do whatever you're doing down here and take the drop pod back up. Now, obviously, you can let the Raza orbit multiple times if you want to stay longer than just one orbit. That's the situation that you're in now. You guys took that drop pod down. And I guess I don't need Jai to take his helmet off, but as long as at least one of them takes their helmet off, then one of the people that greet you will have that little conversation that we played into last week, where there's some discussion of, hey, they say that you're vacant. It's not
Yeah,
in.
we get that a lot.
It's not in any kind of hostile tone of voice or anything. It's just kind of a curiosity.
Yeah, last time it wasn't that way either, and they ended up smeared all over coast.
No foreshadowing from the peanut gallery.
Look, you kill one god, and all of a sudden, everybody's all up in arms about it now. Except for we didn't kill him, we just ran. Anyway.
Yeah.
I thought we totally turned him into paste.
You pasted him, yes.
Well, yeah, but that was the. That wasn't the Vega, was it? That was the carrier.
Yeah, but I think we determined that if you like utterly annihilate their host, they're kind of trapped in there. Right? Unless that was only the young one that we have.
Yeah, I believe along the way you've learned that a Vega who is destroyed with no new host to jump into within its range, or a Vega whose host is destroyed and he has no other host within range to jump into, is trapped there and becomes a zombie like your friendly Gore cricket sounds.
Mr. Gore Crickets.
Kind of a zombie. A zombie that doesn't need his brain.
Isn't that all zombies?
Now, that depends on the mythos.
Yeah,
I guess since all zombies are fake.
Yeah.
I think the more common zombie.
Walking Dead zombies still needed their cortex. Is that the word I'm looking for?
I just think that the more common zombie mythos is more common zombie myth is that when you destroy the brain, they're done.
Yeah. That's how you kill most zombies, is to blow up the brain, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Anyway. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say to them. They say we're empty. We know. Thank you.
It's kind of rude of them to say that, but
it's like, thanks for pointing it out.
I've been very sensitive about it my whole life.
And these are speaking. I pointed out last time. These are speaking a difficult to translate language. Your Torques aren't doing a very good job of it. But you're able to make out more or less that they're speaking 1,000-year-old Terran mandate or English.
Mhm.
Yeah, aren't they speaking the same as the
Mhm.
the blah blah blah
The children.
the children? Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I knew what they were called.
Yeah, they
Just
are.
testing you.
Not humans, children.
So
Exactly.
yeah, anyone that speaks British English, I believe I said, is
Close enough.
close enough. Spacer is a little bit more difficult for if you only speak Spacer. It's a little bit more difficult for you to understand them. British English has no problem. Spacer has a little bit of difficulty.
Haha, turnabout's fair play.
Foul play. But that's just flavor. That's not trying to make things difficult. It's just they're speaking strangely to you. And so the one that was whispering to the other about that crew means no offense. Is just strange. Please, please come in. Um. Oh yes, and
Uh,
uh,
is this the first time we figured out that they have Vega?
um.
Like, I feel like my reaction would be different because I can't remember if we knew they had them or we didn't know.
We didn't come out on the planet now. Yeah.
Okay. Then my reaction is, holy shit, Vega. Point guns at them.
Remember, there's good Vega. There's good Vega, Zoe. Well, goodish.
Have there been?
Yes, on Ecos, there's the ones that are basically containing a lot of bad Vega. Remember?
If
Vaguely.
there's no need for this, please. There's no. We do not mean any harm. What other Vega do you speak of?
Just the
We
kind that
pull
wants to
out
accelerate
this.
the cycle.
Yeah, can we pull out the sizzle reel?
Well,
Can they see the sizzle reel? Have we determined whether or
I'm
not
trying to remember.
Vega can watch videos?
The human host can.
Oh,
Is
okay,
it
good.
is the sizzle reel just the black? I thought this for some reason. I thought it was the. No, I guess it includes Vega, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
just like a combination of black smoke entities and Vega.
I mean, I feel like the sizzle reel contains all bad things.
Yeah.
It's not real explanatory, I guess.
Nah.
Though. It's more like, these are bad.
Look how bad this is.
Look at all this bad shit they've done.
Yeah, they take a look at they watch the reel real quick. Hmm. Other worlds have been subjected to this. And there's some chatter. The main theme of that chatter is that's probably why they haven't gotten any aid. They've been isolated for so long.
Well, probably not that reason, but I guess let them think what they want.
And just real quick for Lulu's benefit, the world that you've landed onto, it's dark here, but not completely dark.
It's also Space Australia.
It's also Space Australia. It is apparently named Tower.
Yeah, it was a penal colony.
And you descended through a bank of fog into a very chilly atmosphere. It would be very cold out here without your power suits, without your Artemis suits. And you can see they're all bundled up in furs also.
What kind of furs?
Pink?
Uh, probably they look synthetic.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what kind of infraworld beasties are they getting this fur from?
No, they look synthetic.
Oh, okay.
And there's lightning that just kind of crashes down from the fog. Every say between 10 to 50 seconds, somewhere within your visual range.
Hmm.
What was that?
Which part?
What's within 10 to 15 seconds?
Oh, within about 10 seconds to a minute, lightning crashes somewhere
Oh,
nearby.
got it.
That tends to be farther distant than where you are. The other thing that I described that Lulu can use as reference is that the compound in which you've landed appears to be surrounded by a force field of the same technology as what you're wearing in your Artemis suits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I went through all that fucking work inventing this shit, and they already had it. God damn it! The fucking story of my whole game,
Reinventing the wheel. You didn't even know the wheel existed.
right?
To be, to give Zoe credit, she invented something that other people spent years working out.
Yeah, but that's not gonna matter if you should right at like if whoever invented the wheel fucking came up with the wheel and was like, yeah, check it out, this cool ass wheel, and the very next place he went to was full of cars, like nobody's gonna be like, well, good job inventing that wheel.
I'm proud of Zoe.
Me too, but that doesn't count. Anyway, it's enough complaining about that.
And yeah, they're motioning, asking you to lower your weapons. They're also carrying weapons, but they only kind of lift them when your weapon was raised at them. The person that's in charge there um bade them, you know, keep keep their weapons down, and is motioning for you to do the same. At the same time, trying to beckon you into wouldn't call it a ramshackle building, but post-apocalyptic, fits this world in so many ways. From the clouds, which fog clouds way above the surface of the Earth, to the lightning striking randomly outside of this compound area, um, to the dirt on these scruffy people. Those synthetic fur coats are not clean. Um, and to the seemingly scavenged gear and building material out of which they've built these or repaired these structures.
Hmm. Hmm. I lower my weapon, but I keep it on me.
Okay.
uh, we can build trust, but these guys are not. They have some overcoming to do, I guess.
Okay. Second here. I should start the music, shouldn't I?
It's up to you.
I was basically just talking to myself too, so
Okay.
it's funny. Most of the time, for much of these sessions, I'm just talking to myself, and you guys are responding.
I mean, we could stop responding if that would help make things easier for you.
uh,
Monologue.
I think that might be more boring.
Might also seem a little weird to watch.
It is those
Yeah.
streams, those recordings where somehow I lost all the player audio are very disconcerting. Alright, music is on, and one more moment here. Okay. Sorry about that. I apparently completely failed at supplying myself with names. I don't know how I
Oh,
forget names so often.
it's weird 'cause you don't usually.
I think it's those times that I do that stand out more. Because I draw attention to them, so I'm very unhelpful to myself in that respect. The one that apparently was conversing with their own Vega introduces herself as Riley and crew. And
Her last name's and crew.
yes, the Vega is named Crew.
Ah, okay, that makes more sense. I was like, her name is.
That does make a little more sense.
Wait, the Vega's name is Crew? That's some irony right there.
She smirks a little. We thought it was funny too. It really isn't.
Is this the first Vega we found with a sense of fucking humor?
Well, it's the human you're talking to.
Yeah, that's fair. High five. I high five them anyway. They get a high five.
Yep.
Collect their high five.
Riley gives a high five.
Do I have to like lower the arm so that it's like actually possible for a normal human to high five me?
No, the assault suit doesn't make Zoe that much bigger.
Oh, okay, good.
It adds maybe 4 inches.
That's it?
Yeah. It is still just armor.
Do you accidentally high five her too hard and shatter her bones?
Yeah, that's, kind of what I was thinking.
Look, I know how to. I've given enough high fives in armored suits by now that I know I have to hold my hand still and they have to bring the 5 to me.
And besides, the assault armor doesn't improve her strength all that much.
Yeah, now she can only just give a competent high five
Yeah, now I can give a normal person high five.
instead of like a limp wrist.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It really isn't safe out here. Please follow me inside.
Yep. Sounds good.
And there's a couple that stay outside as you guys are following Riley and the other person that came out with her to talk to you. And they appear to scan the horizon after the last of you has entered this. I still want to use the word ramshackle. This ramshackle building. And then they pull the heavy door closed behind them, and they don't actually latch it, but they do close it. Wait, hang on. No, that's dumb. They do latch it. Yeah. They pull the heavy door closed behind you and give it a good solid latch. You are led into from this hallway that you entered. You're led past a couple of doors before entering a makeshift antechamber with a fire pit in the middle of it, a TV in one corner, old style TV, as in 1,000 years old TV, and some furniture that's definitely seen better days and looks like it has been restored with more of that synthetic fur-like material. Riley looks to the person that followed you in and asks, where were we noticed? And he shakes his head, reports nothing on the horizon. She sighs in relief and sits down and starts starts a fire. Pulls out flint and tinder, old school, and lights the wood there on fire.
Hmm.
Are we indoors?
You are indoors, yes.
Seems like smoke inhalation is gonna be a real problem for them, but you know, I guess I'm wearing an assault suit, so. What do I
Yeah,
care?
but no helmet.
They've got chimneys built into the ceiling.
I can just put my helmet on.
Not
We
until
all-
after you realize you're dying of carbon dioxide poisoning.
I don't think you get carbon monoxide poisoning from fire, do you?
Yeah.
Don't worry, they've got ventilation
Yeah.
here.
Okay, fine. They're not worried about the smoke entities seeing the smoke.
They don't appear to be. Riley and Hamish. Well, Hamish introduces himself as the other person that was kind of. My brain is elsewhere. Hamish, as he introduces himself, is the other person that was next to Riley. He's also the one that you recognize from from when they hailed you and told you to shut down your engines. The older woman that was on camera with him is not here.
Did she seem to be more in charge than him? Like, was she the one who was whispering to him?
Just seem like the power behind the throne.
No, I mean, did she seem like the throne? Not even the power behind the throne.
Not particularly. That interaction was difficult to see who seemed to have kind of control or authority in the situation. If you want, you can roll a wisdom notice to try and read into their posture and dynamic.
Oh yeah, sure, of course, I could do that.
That's your favorite
do I get
skill
a bonus
check.
for being? Yeah, do I get a bonus for being in an assault suit for this?
You do not, but you also do not get a penalty.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Would I get a bonus for this if I had the helmet on?
No.
Worth a shot. Oh,
You
I
never
notice
heard that.
everything. I know exactly what's happening here.
You can draw your own Zoe conclusions, Isles.
Oh, I will be. Thank you very much.
I mean, you just have to assume that she's secretly the one in charge, right?
I mean, I don't have to assume anything. I know for a fact that it's the Cylons who rule here. Lizard people, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
I thought the Cylons were lizard robots.
Yeah, in like fiction. Duh.
Oh.
God.
I mean, they couldn't actually show them as being, lizard people. That would have been too obvious that we're onto them.
Yeah, they had to sneak it in to, let people discover the true whatever.
Fooled me.
Well, I mean, it's easy for you to be fooled once you let yourself be.
You know what? I like robots, so I wanted to be fooled. Oh, I see what you're
so
saying.
You're a Cylon sympathizer,
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for proving my point, even though I had sort of a shitty point. Oh, it's dumb. Anyway.
Riley is sitting there looking across at you. So is Hamish. The other people that were there with you have been dismissed. Except for the one that closed the door. He is just kind of standing idly at the entrance. Well, at the passageway that would lead deeper into this little growing building.
Okay.
He does have his he does still have a hand on his rifle as it's slung, from his shoulder, but it's
fair.
just resting there. He's not he's poised that he could raise it quickly, but he does not have it raised. Riley and Hamish are sitting on couches and looking over at you guys. There are plenty of seats for you to sit. You want?
I looked at him. He looked at me.
And I looked at him.
He looked at me. And I said, sorry. What did you want again? I sit down. I mean,
Where are you from? Where did you come from?
Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
They might actually get that song. I don't know.
Yeah, they probably do, actually. But they're like, you're singing it all wrong. Anyway, I tell them that we are from... Well, we're a collection of people from many states and polities. At this point, I think our home port is... Oh, shoot, what the hell's the name of our colony? Oh, God.
Kamiego.
I always just call it... Thank you. I always just call it our colony. I guess we're from Kamiego?
Kamiego. How many worlds have survived?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of survived.
Step 1: your language is not used anymore.
If you have a map, we could like show you which ones have survived, or I could display our current map.
Yeah, please. Hamish has been quiet so far and observing. Riley, excitedly is looking for that map.
Heck yeah.
She pulls out her data slab and stands up and walks over to where Zoe is sitting, and doesn't have holographic projection.
What's this? I show you mine if you show me yours.
And shows her a map. I'll move us over to the map page. Oh, I still had you guys on the loading page. Of course, map page changes the music, but that's fine. And they... Right. Wish I could lock objects in Roll20, because I can accidentally move any of these places. Which means I can't paint on the map, because it would all be a gigantic pain to unpaint. They only have a map of Onalau and SP9-1, which you actually know as Artemis, and they've got it labeled as Artemis, so I'll go ahead and change that. And the difference between their sector map and yours is that Onalau is nearer to the center. There's no worlds... I'll use the rule, that's helpful. There's no worlds off to the sides. Except that snapping's gotta go. No snapping. There's no worlds off to the side from Onalau. But there is... Ozzy is on the map. And there's a couple of other worlds in this area that are on the map also. Ozzy is marked as a point of interest though, with just a little circular insignia. Onalau also has a circular insignia. Kinda looks like they're indicating a gate of some sort.
Like a link between the two?
Mm-hmm.
So Z or Ozzy. Is Z is? Did we go there? Was there anything in that place?
Ozzy had Henry Station.
That's yeah. So we didn't. We just went there and we're like, yep, this place sucks, and then we left.
Pretty much, yeah.
But
Okay.
within our universe games.
Yeah, well, rub it in a little. Jeez.
Those are open to you, Xander.
Yeah, I know. Look, I need things to complain about, otherwise I shrivel away and
I'm
die.
trying to make you shrivel away.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case,
I'll continue stripping away excuses and layers of excuses.
look, I don't want to. Okay.
That's fair, and my feelings are hurt.
You should be. God, if it was anybody else, I would totally be down. See? Not the only one that can chip away at people.
Yeah, no, reasonable, reasonable. So their map is very incomplete and essentially puts Onalau more central to the expected sector. In fact, the sector, the map that she has is named the Onalau sector.
Hmm. That's weird.
I think they're that important, huh?
Well, and like, is there stuff to the right of them? Why would you put it in the middle if there's nothing to the right of you?
There's nothing to the right. Sorry, let me. Was that a GM question or a question for them?
No, I mean, I don't know if they made this map, but I mean, looking at the map, if there's nothing
Nope.
to the left, why is it in the middle?
Nope, there's nothing to the right of Onalau.
Weird.
So let's see your map.
They've shown us theirs.
Yeah, no, I show them our map, but TMNT 77777777 isn't on it
Okay.
because I will be the first one to go there.
Okay. She looks disbelievingly at the map and wondrously, and this catches Hamish's attention. Now, is Zoe projecting it holographically, or is she just showing it to her on the data slab?
No, she's projecting it, but like on a wall.
Okay.
No.
That catches Hamish's attention. He looks at the data slab, looks at the projection, and then focuses on the map. Huh. That is. So, nothing has been discovered eastward of Onalau. And yes, north, south, east, west are perfectly fine on a sector map. I declare it.
Yeah, sure. That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah, sure, Hamish. No one's disagreeing with you.
uh,
Wait, does their map have anything south of Onawa? Other than is there anything in between those two?
yeah, there's let's see, we got a Z, they've got Andois, Gun, Miron. They've
So
got
there's still
yeah, a couple others.
Okay, but nothing in a very specific location that I am interested in.
No, they do not have Timot 77-7.
Tweet'll be mine. I'm gonna be real
Rubbed.
disappointed if we get there and it's just like this place and it's like, nah, alright. Boring.
I promise you nothing.
Yeah, I know. We're probably not even gonna manage to get there.
I hope you do.
Anyway,
he looks directly at you and asks, Terran mandates never found anything? Anything else surrounding Onalau?
well, Terran Mandate sort of fell apart. I don't know the exact timeline for when you guys got cut off, but for us it was 600 years ago?
Hmm.
Question mark? I don't actually know the timeline. Me, Xander. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure my character does.
the Terran mandate was still technically a presence. Oops, sorry, was still a presence
Okay.
Up until the Scream essentially cut off all the jump gates. Like by the relevant dates here are that by 2315 they had perfected the jump gates and were moving people out and trying to maintain their influence outside of the core worlds.
Mhm.
And they managed to do that more or less until 2665. When the Scream erupted. They had been falling more and more into corruption and decline all the way up until that point.
Right.
And then, of course, nobody knows what happened to Earth after that.
Right. Because it's, I mean, really, honestly, not that important.
No, it's not. The only date that's really important for you guys is 2315, because Riley excitedly points out we haven't had any contact since the jump gate fell. It was and Hamish helps her out with the date 2275.
Was Hamish alive then? Is he that old? Looks pretty old.
I am not that old.
Nemesis,
Oh,
keep it down. Keep it down, Nemesis.
sorry. Unnecessary. I know. I'm sorry.
From Riley, Crew isn't even that old.
I think only Jai's that old, and him only in spirit.
Truly an old soul.
Riley immediately looks over at where Zoe's eyes point. Are you bonded also? Oh no, you can't be. You're vacant. How does that work?
I'm not that old. He was making a bad joke.
It was an
I-
okay joke.
If she looks over at me, I nod seriously. Like, he definitely is.
Uh,
Uh, I mean, we're not exactly sure on the metaphysics of how vacancy works. We just, are.
Most places just put a sign up.
No vacancy.
Yeah. I went there.
but you have complete vacancy. No, not complete. There's some. Crew wants to look at you.
I mean, isn't Crew looking at us right now?
Can I not look from there?
Through my eyes. But
Do we have to make this weird? Do we have to make this weird?
he's worried because you still have your weapons.
I mean, we're not. So he wants to look at us because we have our weapons?
No, that's why he's worried. And Hamish points out, the first thing you did when you heard
I mean,
Vega was to raise your weapons.
Well, we showed you the sizzle reel.
It's a natural reaction, I feel, to people wanting to plunge solar systems into. And I kind of
This.
vaguely gesture.
Yes, it is natural, but
It was rude of us. I agree. I'm
no,
sorry.
it was a good precaution and a good instinct. I trust you more for it, but you know that the Crew is alien. Riley looks over him. He's not alien. He's part of me now.
I mean, arguably, we're more alien here than he is.
Yeah, I mean, but he's alien to us,
Riley, why don't we wait and sorry, he doesn't say that. Crew, why don't we wait until our visitors are more comfortable? It's unreasonable to ask them set aside their weapons right now. And Riley kind of shrugs. Yeah, okay.
Yoki.
Artichoke.
She goes back to looking at Zoe's map.
It's a dope ass map, right?
Very pretty.
We've
We
been
made
to these places, and I start forming a connection with our friends.
And here,
One would
there was
one would
something
say,
more alien even than the Vega.
Ooh.
Spent 10 days there. No,
no,
Look-
actually,
no, we
didn't
spent
we
3
only end up
days.
spending like 5 days? Yeah.
I think we spent like I think we really ended up spending 3 days. I think right after you
Oh yeah, yeah.
got your
Because it
loot
was
box, it basically left.
we
But
spent
it felt like 10.
4 times more sessions there than we did days there. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I give him the rundown of places we've been, things we've seen.
From Hamish. And how many of them have fallen into the Infraworld?
None as far as we can tell.
Really?
Think so? Question mark? I don't actually remember. I don't think any other ones
No,
have, right?
this is the only one. That's why this place is such a point of interest, is because it had been assumed into the
That's
Infraworld.
right. Yeah, okay.
So
I mean, I guess
reason
we
we're
didn't
here.
really scan. So if like parts of those systems fell into the Infraworld, what
Pretty sure
about
we would have
the
heard of it.
what about the place that those ships came from?
The black ships?
No, the ships
Oh.
that the black ship, the ones that
The
had
Mir-
the writing on
Im-
them that said the black ships are
Imiran?
coming. Dude, that place just collapsed in on itself, right? It didn't fall into the Infraverse.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Infraverse at all. That was like those planet killer missiles that we had.
Right.
It had
that
very
had
similar
destroyed
effects,
those
yeah.
planets. Yeah.
Okay.
On a more global scale, like the planet killer missiles create that tunnel in which there's no longer any cohesion. A very big tunnel, but it slowly kills the planet, breaks it apart. This was the whole planet broke apart.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I guess this is the only one that fell.
Riley looks over at Hamish. What does that mean? He shrugs.
Wow.
That there's still cause for fight. He looks over at Zoe. You did not know that we were here, but you knew that this place had fallen into the Infraworld.
There was a visitor, wasn't there, that knew about this place?
Hmm.
I don't remember their name, but
Riley pipes up. The Jody! The Jody must have told people. Or
the Jody. Yeah, there we go.
must have told Vega.
Oh, that's right. We learned about it. Did we learn about it from the guy in Ecos? Or
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Oh, cool. It all ties together then, nicely.
There
Wrap
was
it up in a bow.
the human there was the possessed human, so to speak, was had glowing things to say about the Jody.
The Jody.
And Riley looks triumphantly at Hamish. I told you there was still hope. I told you this isn't the end. The Jody. You just have to trust her.
So what was the fate of the Jody again? Do we know?
Unclear.
Okay. Okay, well, at least I don't have to tell them. Oh, they're dead.
Hamish looks more defeated than before this news.
Oh. That's not a good sign.
Well then, we'll start bringing everyone together. How many can come on your ship?
We can crew up to like 200, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, that's
Yeah, I
correct.
think.
I'm thinking of something else.
No, I think.
Let's
No.
see.
Yeah, it's 200.
Yeah, it's like
The
200.
max is
Max.
No.
So we could probably get like 150 because I
10
think we have like
it's
40
600.
people. already.
Actually, no. The crew max is on the sheet is 600.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, but
Why is that?
oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was if we don't use all our cargo space, which we turned into cargo space.
Oh, maybe.
No, that shouldn't be. I don't think I changed that. Let me double check one of my my early documents here. Oh, where's the tracker? Stats. Oh, I only dated out the minimum crew. No, to get a higher max crew, you need specific fittings, and those fittings eat more cargo space, so it kind of translates, but you still need a specific fitting that also takes power. I don't know how that got up to a 600, but it should be a 200.
Okay.
It is now
So
200.
like
I didn't do it.
180. How many crew do we have? 30.
Probably thereabouts.
Darkstar NPCs. Let's filter out everyone who's on the Raza.
We
Filter.
can take more people than that on for the node. It's just they'd be packed in like sardines until we drop
Yeah.
them off and cutting into our supplies a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
became relevant.
Yeah, and you've got 38 crew, not including yourselves.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many people do you have?
2 bajillion.
We number just under 1,000.
Yeah, we can't carry that many.
What a conveniently similar number.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Whatever, children. Just drawing correlations where there aren't really any. Probably.
Where would you even want to go? Where would you want to go if you got out of here again?
Everywhere.
We don't want to get out of here. We want to join the fight.
Join the fight against who?
Against the Vega.
Yes. Haha.
Does that include crew?
No, crew is good.
No, I mean, does crew also want to join the fight against the Vega?
Yes, that's what I mean. Crew is good. Yes, crew wants to fight, yes.
I'm trying to remember. The crew identifies as Vega too, right? So maybe we should just say fight the bad Vega. Right?
I mean, I feel like
I actually thought the Vega was like a political definition for whatever these things are.
Well,
that could be too.
the Vega are everything from the Infraworld, I think.
Okay.
Including the black smoke entities?
Well, oh no, Cruz says it's just his kind, but he identifies more as the Aiden.
You mean the Eidolon?
Maybe that was it, because I remember Aiden being brought up.
Yeah, Aiden is the acronym that had been basically designated by the scientists from Muron.
Okay.
In the data you found in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Alright, well now I've got identity sorted out. Identity.
gets
I
worse
like
than that. It's actually Iden entities.
Wow.
Entity is not
Don't blame
actually
them
one
if
of
they
the
no
words in the
longer want to
acronym.
join the ship.
Oh, what's that, Nox?
I said I don't blame them if they no longer want to join the ship after that information was.
Um, let's let you guys have a little bit of fast track question and answer banter. Because you've got a source of information about the Vega and the Iden here, as well as the smokes. Is there anything that you guys want to know?
There are a few things.
Okay.
You say you want you say, what exactly have they been doing here for the past however many generations that would be?
Jerking it.
Well, making babies, apparently. They're still around.
No.
Yeah, between Riley and Hamish, Hamish doing most of the heavy lifting here, and John interjecting here and there. They basically say that they're just trying to, that the humans here are just trying to survive. They get some assistance from the Iden, the friendly Vega, but mostly it's the smoke entities that try to overpower the barriers. And Riley and John interject here that they're not. It's not a concerted effort, but apparently, the between the three of them, you learn that the smokes have a very, very limited attention span, as well as very limited attention perception. Like, they can perceive things out to quite a distance, but their interest in something greatly diminishes the farther away it is from them. They are, however, attracted to large sources of energy, such as ship engines, actual electrical generators. Fire generally isn't enough to draw them, as long as it's not, a raging bonfire. And most importantly, discharge of energy weapons
Oh.
tends to draw them.
Oh.
But with the help of the Iden and with some guidance from the Jodi, they've been able to survive in dwindling numbers since that jump gate got destroyed. What'd I say? 700? Nope. 950 years ago, about. A little bit more than that, but whatever. 975 years ago. Dang, that's the right. Yeah, duh. I had to write a timeline for this because I confused myself so much with the timing of the events. Yes. Around almost exactly the same time frame as given by Mother. So when Mother was left alone. They tower, Hamish points out, was essentially the Australia of the two worlds, that the Terran Mandate had landed their colony ship on New Terra, the other planet, and was rapidly colonizing it while shuttling off the undesirables to Tower. And the joke is that they intended that as a synonym for the Tower of London, since the biggest city on New Terra is New London.
Oh, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
They've
They explicitly named it after the prison.
they did. The human population on Tower. none of them know what it was actually before the jump gate fell, but when the oldest records they could find is that there were about 8 to 10,000 people trying to survive, uh, some 800 years ago, and they've been dwindling ever since. I may have gotten a little bit off track. Did that answer the question?
I don't know.
I asked that as a clever way of admitting that I don't remember what the question was.
It's fine.
I mean, it answered a question, I assume. I just don't know if it was the question.
Yeah. It's fine. I guess I'm not even sure if would be an in-character question, but like, is there any real reason that we wouldn't want to take all these people with us and just abandon this place? Like, is this place like significant in some way beyond?
It's being subsumed in
Um,
Infraworld. I mean, I guess it would make a base of operations if we had to operate in Infraworld. Not a great one, I guess.
None of those present seem to think that there's any reason for anyone to stay here. It's dangerous, and if you're saying that there are worlds out there that have not been consumed, they'd like to live there.
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of asking if like this bit of stability being here is like one of those linchpin things that keep it from just getting way worse and spreading way out.
Okay, good question. To that, Riley, assisted by crew, will give you guys a little bit of insight into that whole kind of duplication process that Necros discovered. Um, and well, let's see. Well, yeah, basically we'll say that the best they understand, including from the Aiden. Um, you are in the Infraworld right now, and that this system is the desired state uh, of unmoved entities, of unmoved Vega. That this is just the way things are supposed to be, and you may remember hearing that from your friend over on Kos. But that now that it's this way, it's just going to sustain itself indefinitely until until the end of the universe. Which Riley is quick to point out will come faster the more worlds that sink. Hey,
Wait,
Mish.
hold on. That actually it confuses me.
Mhm.
So abandoning this place would hasten that process or wouldn't?
No, it wouldn't. Basically, this system is has reached its end point.
Okay.
Nothing can change that at this point. And it's a little bit more accurate to say that real space and the Infraworld have merged than it is to simply say that this is the Infraworld. Uh, Riley stiffens briefly, and you've seen that before. Its crew is actively taken over, and says that the actual Infraworld, absent physical constraints, is a very different experience that he would be willing to guide you through if you wanted to stay a night.
I think well, how long until the ship gets back anyway?
It's going to be more than one day.
Yeah, I don't think we have much of a choice in that matter. So
You could theoretically keep yourselves awake for the entire time it takes for the ship to come back. Instead of saying more than a day, let's just call it 20 hours. And you've already been awake for a bit. So you guys could go without sleeping if you wanted to.
I guess no. We'll see what happens. So we would appreciate the guide, I suppose, or at least I would.
Hmm.
Can those two make it? What'll happen to them? It's like she's trying to ask somebody next to her and looking at Jai and Zoe. She frowns a little bit. Who doesn't know what will happen to you two?
Guess we'll see, won't we? Or at least I'll see. Zoe, are you planning to sleep?
You look over at Zoe. She's already.
Well,
Feels
she's already
perfectly
there.
safe. Perfectly safe in her new armor.
That's
Nothing bad could possibly happen to me in this.
Yeah.
a little bit conflicted. Riley says, "It is beautiful." And she looks over at Hamish. They have a quick conversation about, hey, it might not be everyone here. Everyone here might not want to leave. If there's
Built homes on this desolate landscape.
built homes on this desolate landscape, and some of them quite like sleeping here. And the two of them are in disagreement about how that should be handled. And Riley believes that they should all be forced, and Hamish is just like, let them stay. They don't want to go.
We're not taking anybody against their will. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, we don't need to deal with that mess.
But they don't know. They don't know what's right, what's best for them. Right?
Wow.
And you are? Get out of here. Come on.
Well, I mean, I've been bonded with Crew for 7 years now.
Oh, I forgot that makes you some kind of, god.
Uh,
Not a god, but I know a lot more than them.
Here's my concern. It's their choice, one, and two, we don't get a tangible benefit from forcing them. In fact, if we force them, they become a liability because they start to resent us and might act against us, which complicates the fight.
We don't like being resented.
They'll come around.
Mm.
Hamish gives her a look. And she shuts up. Pouting.
Yeah, we're kind of here doing what's best for us, not what's best for anyone else.
Well, I mean, we can also do what's best for other people. Just, I don't think forcing them to leave their home is the best thing. Especially in this political climate. Like, woof.
We'll lay out the options, explain the situation as best we can. We can't. Well, I mean, I might be able to force some people, but I don't think it's viable. Never mind that we don't have enough space for everyone.
Yeah, that's the real problem.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Could we pack in 5 people for every crew slot, Dex?
You could, yes. Uh, funny enough, this has been a constant argument on the Stars Discord. Um, my stance is that you can go above your crew maximum. Going
Yeah,
above
I
your
mean,
crew max by like a person or two, I'm just gonna ignore that. Uh, Going above your crew max by an actual significant, percentage portion is just it's going to strain your life support. You can, and we're not going to go with a strict. Well, we've got 2 months for 38 people or 45 people, so we've got 8 months for 200 people. Um, it's going to be much more narrative than that. In that, if you put 600 people, it's probably about the max, I'd say. Um, if you put 600 people above your cap, then I'd be like, yeah, your life support is struggling. There's stuff burning out every day, and every day risks the entire system failing. You get down to 400 above, times three. Um, you might not risk losing your entire life support every day, but you're still significantly straining the structural integrity of that life support system, and it's something that your characters are going to have to dedicate a significant amount of resources into managing, as well as managing the 400 other people on your ship. So the answer to that is yes, but
Right. So
I was
yeah,
gonna-
I think we might want to avoid taking that many people on.
Yeah.
I mean, with that attitude,
Look, we make a series of mods for the ship, one that creates infinite food and one that accepts infinite waste.
and you know
And
what we
we're
don't need to
set
do?
go.
We don't need one that creates infinite water because we've already got that.
Exactly.
That would be
We
one
still need
possible
vet oxygen,
solution.
though.
Yeah, that would also take a really, 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 really long time.
Would it?
Well, you'd have to do some repair work on the technology as it is. Um, but you could repair it and install it as is, uh, more or less within a day or so. What would take a really, 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 really long time would be reproducing the technology or reverse engineering it. I don't think I said that you could use the tech as is. I just know it required repairs. I can check my notes though.
Did it require?
Thought it required repairs. Hydro.
I didn't think it did, but
Looks like I didn't specify. I've just got time frames for. This is from Changi 7. I've got. It took a day of work and skilled help to uh, to extract it.
that sounds right.
That's just per my notes in my document. If I put anything else in chat, please feel free to correct me. But I'm ruling at this point that yes, it would be a way to reduce the strain on your systems. It would definitely help with that.
Right. So it's possible it would take work, but the question is, are we willing to do that?
Yeah, I don't know that we necessarily need to though. But it's good to know that we theoretically could, right?
Yeah. You know, just in case we need to evacuate somewhere that has about 1,000 people on it for no reason.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. I actually think evacuating the children would be harder because I think fewer of them would actually want, or it would be easier because fewer of them would actually want to come along.
It took me a second to parse what you meant by that, but yeah, you're probably right. they,
Yeah.
they have very
It-
cushy lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we need to evacuate them, and we show up and we're like, okay, we need to evacuate you, and like 2 of them be like, oh, okay, cool. The rest would be like, no, fuck you, we're not leaving.
Why do we leave Mother?
We can never leave Mother.
We don't understand what this thing you call risk is. What do you mean I might die?
The good news is that we don't actually lose anything if they all die.
No,
Because
see,
they have no skills whatsoever.
I wouldn't phrase it that way. I would say instead of them dying, I would say they're disappointing Mother.
Well,
You know, something they can understand.
Yeah, you actually would probably be much more successful with that.
Yeah,
regardless,
I'm a smarty.
yeah. Alright. Does this place have any notable, I guess, technical experts or people with actual skills?
Mike's got anything we can use?
We've had some people here that have been able to keep the shields running, but that knowledge is getting spread more and more thin. I doubt that any of them. Let me think on this. If too many people just choose to stay behind, it is their choice, Riley. Then I don't think that the engineers will willingly leave them without their expertise.
Right. Well, we'll need to figure out who all wants to go.
You want technology? Surely, the Terran Mandate tech is. He kind of motions to where you had the hologram on the wall. This old Terran Mandate tech is far behind what you have.
You would be surprised.
Forget the promises of advancement in technology. We have been in a galactic dark age since the Scream that we have only recently clawed our way out of. We've made improvements in some areas, sure, over the past, but in many ways we're still far behind, even this much.
This is the first time that John's really had a whole lot to say, and with a bitter twist of his lip, he says, "So it's true. The Terran Mandate did engineer all of their technology to fall apart." And he spits, "Bastards."
Well, in some ways it's actually held up pretty well. Well, some of it has held up pretty well.
Yeah, it's. I'm not disagreeing, but you know, I'm not agreeing either.
Yeah.
There may have been some degree of planned obsolescence there.
Yeah.
Hit and miss.
Yeah. For Jai's lore reference, that was actually something that was designed into specifically Terran Mandate tech, trying to make people reliant on Terran Mandate as they got farther away from the core worlds and from the jump gates.
So they did do that sort of
They did.
difficulty in reverse engineering and
Mm-hmm.
keeping it operational.
Most of the good tech you've been finding wasn't Terran Mandate.
Okay. Then yes, I would say yeah, they absolutely did.
What a bunch of bastards.
Hamish pops up, so I guess the wealth and the wealth of technology and construction in New London probably be useless to you.
Well, shit.
Construction efforts were still ongoing. Ships every day through that jump gate before it fell.
So remind me, where was New London located relative to this place?
New London is on the other planet in orbit around the sun.
Which is probably entirely overtaken by the Infraworld, I assume.
Yeah, you guys haven't gotten close enough to scan that one.
Also, if it's the place with all the power sources and whatnot, you know the smoke entity's been all over that shit.
And yet, I kind of want to check it out.
Yeah.
I'm a little curious.
I'm just not sure how we'll check it out without dying.
Dex,
Mhm.
stop me if this isn't a possibility, but is it possible that the transmission of into the Infraworld may have served to actually preserve some of this pre-screen technology and construction?
It is possible.
Then yeah, I will actually voice as much.
Look, okay.
And even partially complete, even only in a partial state, intact Terran Mandate era technology and construction material might be incredibly valuable,
Mm-hmm.
incredibly interesting, even
The,
if it is not easily analyzed.
from Hamish, the young one here, kind of motioning, nodding his head towards Zoe, is right that the massive amounts of power sources uh, in everything that they did there would have drawn more smokes than anything they had could handle.
To clarify, Dex, that doesn't necessarily mean that the stuff isn't intact. It does mean that probably anyone there is dead, horribly, horribly dead. But
But their stuff might still be there, and that's what we want anyway.
yeah, would the smoke entities have destroyed the material?
Like,
No, not
removed
all
all
of
the
it.
carbon from it.
Yeah, you've seen that they do have destructive influence on everything they pass through that has carbon. Um, but
All
uh,
those stainless steel watches are
So
suddenly
basically, all the plastic is fucked.
and all the steel and all the
No, steel's not carbon. Well, yeah, actually, yeah, steel doesn't.
yeah. I was about to say, wait, hell, hold on.
That's what makes
You're
it
right.
steel.
You're right. You're right.
yeah,
That
you're
was a little embarrassing.
you're not gonna find everything intact there. Hamish is more hinting at that the smokes are probably still there. They don't really have anything else to do or anywhere else to go.
Right.
Yeah, they
But
went there and then they stayed there because they don't have anything else to do. Okay.
Here's my question, which I'm going to actually ask Zoe in character. Zoe, the suits we got, would they serve well enough to keep the smoke entities from out completely if we took the Marauder over?
Out of the suits, yes. Out of the Marauder, probably not.
I don't necessarily need to keep them out of the Marauder, so if the Marauder can remain intact, would the Marauder remain intact if a few smoke entities were attracted to it?
I mean, I don't think it's made out of like ceramic, so yeah, no.
I mean, it might be, for all I know.
Yeah, that's fair.
With the various bits of data that you've gotten on the smokes, the people that they've eaten, um, they appear to have been, and Hamish will contribute too. They're attracted to higher concentrations of carbon, living organisms, um, and they certainly will cause a single smoke entity can cause damage to a small ship like that, but Zoe can kind of extrapolate that it's probably not going to actually render the Marauder unusable. It's
Oh, okay.
it's just kind of one of those things that you don't want to be swarmed by smoke entities because that will do damage. But draw 2 or 3 of them, and you're fine. Hamish points out that the problem with that is that once you've drawn them, um, you generally hold their attention until you leave. So if landing in the Marauder were to draw the attention of a few, you'd be constantly harassed as you're trying to find and dismantle any of this tech. It's much better to use something that has a significantly lower energy profile, like your drop pod, and not risk drawing their attention to begin with.
Mhm.
Plus, I'll point out as a GM, your Marauder can't actually carry much back with it.
Right.
So if you
So
end
it's-
up with tonnage of things, you have to leave it behind.
So is there basically no way to get over to that planet then?
No, you can. Being in orbit is relatively safe unless you've got the power generation of a spike drive active. And taking your drop pod down to the planet's surface, as you were able to hear, is relatively safe. There may be some adjustments that your pilot and comms crew need to make to energy signatures.
Hello?
Yes. Sorry, I drifted off because I realized that was the end of my instructions.
Okay.
End of instructions.
I thought you sounded like you were going to follow that up with something. I was like, oh, did I drop?
I realized that, and I was about to. I was trying to
Well,
figure out how to cap that when you helloed me. But no, that was my fault. Oh wow, and we're at 110 already.
oh,
Yep.
shit.
Do you want to break for a little bit?
Yeah. Everyone want a break?
Sure. That's
All right.
fine. Would explain the cat yelling at me.
I heard that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
More like meow.
All right, we'll take a quick 15-minute break. Go ahead and come back at 14-minute break. Go ahead and come back at 125. So I'm gonna bring us back to frame.
That's a frame job. I made that
It's
joke
a
before already.
frame job.
15 minutes already passed.
I see we've been discussing Pierre's cooking in general.
we might have been discussing food. Okay, so you've got some information. Apparently sleeping while you're in a place like this that's merged with the Infraworld causes some unusual experiences. That is probably going to apply to your ship also, so you guys can certainly alert people on the ship there if you want. And I'll ask, is there anything else that you want to know before we kind of drag a decision out of you? Doesn't sound like there's any other questions then.
Sure. Chirp, chirp.
Yep.
I guess, are there any resources you could bring with? But that's about all I've got.
Yeah.
They have some weapons. And they also have let's see. They don't have any armor. At least not armor effective. Well, no, they don't have any armor. But they do still have some energy weapons that they've been able to keep powered with those hand crank generators.
Let's see here. Okay.
Well, the batteries to which they've been able to keep powered. The energy weapons don't, need to be powered.
Oh, so we're not dealing with the fucking laser musket things from Fallout?
No.
Alright. Okay. Fair enough. In that case, I think I don't have any more questions that I'm really think of.
Okay. Maybe I should have used my break time more wisely. Give me a second
No.
here. Right?
Don't be ridiculous.
While I'm refreshing myself here, why don't you guys take just a couple minutes to decide what you want to do, and solidify what you want to do with the situation that you've been presented. Whether that's to take these people, leave these people, kill these people, etc.
I didn't know killing was on the table.
Yeah, let's kill them all.
Yeah, no, since she's put it out there.
Yeah.
Now that we know that we're allowed to.
Well, to be fair, you know that it's only energy weapons that draw these smokes, and you have
Good point.
You know? You're not wrong.
Yeah, he raises a valid argument.
Excuse me.
No, I think we should probably what I would suggest is putting a letter out for volunteers to come with us, and then having them list their name and post their resumes as well. You
We're gonna
know,
get
profession,
CVs
their
from all these people?
experience. What's that?
So we're gonna get CVs from all these people?
Yeah. But no, their names, professions, and then we'll take along the if there are enough volunteers, we'll take along the 200 to 300 of them off the planet and drop them off somewhere, or drop some of them off somewhere. Some of them we'll keep on. I don't think more than that is feasible, though. If we get enough, we might be able to scoot. If we get enough, we might be able to go as high as 400. But I don't think any more is feasible. Are there any alternative suggestions there?
Seems fine by me.
Yeah, I don't really have anything.
No.
All right, I'm gonna
Um,
stall you for another minute here. Go ahead and type that out for me.
Quick, type it in faster than you can.
At least I'm honest when I'm stalling you. Most of the time. Sometimes.
Is that a good thing though?
It lets you know that I haven't simply fallen over dead. That's probably a good thing, right? You guys should agree that that's a good thing.
Does it
Uh,
though?
Sure.
Now, are you going to warn your crew in atmosphere, well, in orbit, as they're flying around, that they may experience strange things in their sleep?
Yes.
Why would we not warn them?
Funsies.
The
But no, we warn them.
Okay. Um. So- So, this is going to get a little bit weirder. Who all do we have down on planet here? It's just the bridge crew? Or did you have somebody else coming with you?
Yeah, it's 6 suits of armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'd bring down a couple. Well, bridge crew, and then maybe like one security person. I'd like to leave one set of armor up top, just in case the ship needs defending.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So, which security person do you bring down with you?
The one who knows how to keep her mouth shut.
What's that?
What's the one who knows how to keep her mouth shut?
That would be Fairbanks.
No. The
No,
one who came onto the.
Nataria?
Yeah, let's bring
Oh,
Nataria.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nataria was crew. I think you're talking about Omikawa.
yeah, possibly.
Who is the one that we brought with us onto the mothership?
Omikola.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't realize she was crew.
No,
No,
Omikola.
Miklo is a guard.
Okay, then yeah, that's who we brought.
Yep. Okay.
Proven experience on away missions.
Yep. Definitely fits them.
See, now no one else can prove themselves on away missions.
Well, they should have thought of that before we found somebody who's good at their job. It's really their fault.
All right. I'm going to start off with Nemesis and Charlie. Well, all four of you are shown somewhere that you can kind of, take off your armor unless you literally want to sleep in it.
Would sleeping in it increase my naturalization time?
Right?
No.
I do it anyway.
Kind of expected that. It still will not.
Fair. It's fine.
Probably didn't have armor.
Okay. They do have, they've got good beds. They're not the greatest. They have been repaired some, but they're comfortable enough. And they've got plenty of blankets so that you don't freeze. There is they tell you that their community is more inclined towards heating through body heat to sleep. But If you guys all want separate rooms for yourselves or separate beds, then they accommodate you.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I'll just bundle up. I'm just gonna be a ball of blanket.
Yeah.
My armor has a heater in it, so
Yeah. That's actually a good. That's a good point to sleeping in the armor, but
yeah.
I'm not gonna sleep in the armor. I'm just gonna turn into like a ball of blanket. That's my
The real
natural
problem with
inclination.
sleeping in the armor is you got to leave the catheter in.
Oh.
Gross.
I imagine it's more like a diaper.
You realize you didn't have to say that, right?
I don't have to do a lot of things.
Yeah, neither of us had to say that.
Would the armor like block whatever's going to happen?
We're about to find out.
They don't think it will, no.
Well, Zoe, you can leave it on. I'll take it off.
So many jokes. So many jokes. Hold it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
CFNM.
CFNN.
Don't look it up. You don't want to know.
Okay.
Or maybe you do. I don't know what you're into.
I probably don't. You're probably right.
I'm going to ask Mikwa to Mikwa and Charlie if you would take like shifts, keep an eye on things just to make sure that no one steals our armor while we're asleep.
I mean, there's an easy way to stop that.
Which is
Wearing the armor.
Wear it.
yeah. Well, Zoe's fine, but I'm making sure that I see whatever it is I need to see.
I can only sleep with the comforting buzz of my security drones floating over me. White noise.
How much space does the armor take?
It takes about as much space as a normal person.
Cool. I'm just gonna put on like fucking telekinetic cages around them, expending as much effort as needed.
Okay. If you put them all together, you can probably get that all into just one.
All right.
I also do have the 2 security drones that can stay active for long periods of time. So, like, just have them resting nearby.
And those are station keeping, so they trickle power,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well then, we'll start with Nemesis. Nemesis goes to sleep, and it's starts off as just seems to be normal dreaming. You're in kind of a floating in a light blue space. Feels like you're floating in an ocean or submerged in water, but without the pressure. I guess it actually would just feel more like you're floating in space. I should just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Feels like you're floating in space. But there's lights all around you, and there's light structures. There's also, as you kind of glance around, you can see what looked like the frame of the house around you. But it's all fading, and it's in the background, and so you see a spot of light approaching you.
Hello, spot of light.
Nemesis hears a voice in her head. Doesn't sound like any of the people you've spoken to here. It simply says, "You are the one that they have called Nemesis."
Oh, I call myself that.
You're the one that they want. Hoo, 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 honey.
Are you expecting a response voice?
You slipped easily into the Infraworld. It's dangerous.
Okay. Well, we didn't think it would be safe.
What do you want to see in here? Out there. All around.
Good save. We totally didn't notice.
No idea what you're talking about.
Just don't know about this whole being interrogated. Oh, wait, am I aware that I'm still dreaming or no? That's the question. Is
It's unclear.
What do I want to see out there? I was really just kind of following along, if I'm being perfectly honest. Hmm.
As Nemesis is
I
thinking that,
want to not
Yeah.
see death.
as Nemesis is thinking those thoughts, the landscape around her seems to solidify a little bit more. The structure of the building that she was in fades away, and she finds herself on a dirt path road, straight dirt road, with fields of flowers in Nemesis's favorite color on either side of the road, stretching as far as she can see. The sky is blue, but no clouds. The sky is blue, no clouds, but there's a sense of layering to the sky itself.
Layering?
Yeah, like
layers?
maybe it's multiple sky boxes with varying degrees of transparency stacked behind each other.
Huh. Okay. So purple flowers.
Purple flowers, okay.
Yeah.
And as her thoughts round that corner to I don't want to die. I want to not see death. A black smoking door appears at the on one side of that path. Just lands as if from the sky, with a heavy thud that shakes and ripples throughout all the flowers. You cannot die here. That is not something to be afraid of.
Right, that just sounds more ominous. You know that, right? Like, I'm just kind of get this implication of a fate worse than death.
Or that you're already dead.
Oh, or that. Wait, what was that other voice?
Nemesis is imagining Zoe talking back to her. You guys can do that. You guys can contribute as long as it's in character for Nemesis.
Yeah.
That does sound like something someone would say.
Yeah, totally.
So from Nemesis' mindscape, is Zoe's voice projecting over the sky, or is it whispering on the wind, or is it only in her head?
I like the whole projecting from the sky thing. Like another, like my mind just applying the other voice, like, oh, I guess what's the one that's talking to me, like whispering in my ear, kind of thing.
I actually think that I'm just like a voice that is like behind you, but when you turn to
Oh,
look, there's nobody
yeah.
there.
Yeah, no, that works. Yeah,
Okay.
that works. It's a good point. What?
Huh?
Well, one could say my mind's playing tricks on me. So what was the whole black smoke thing? Landing, you said, with a thud?
It looks like a door.
I guess against my better judgment, it's time to go through a door, huh?
It is
The
a
door.
black
the door.
door
The
with
door.
smoke coming out from behind it.
No, that's not ominous at all. I may as well just go ahead and open it there, right? Yeah.
As Nemesis thinks that, she finds that it's a lot closer than it seemed. It seemed like it was farther away, but she reaches out to open the door, and it's right in front of her.
How convenient. Why can't more doors be like that?
Um, the spot of light actually, um, it is where Nemesis was at before Nemesis found herself at the door, and it wafts over. Are you seeking death?
Wait. No?
You can't die here, but you certainly seem to want to.
What was that supposed to mean?
You bring death into your space here, and then you immediately reach for it.
You can't put a door in front of someone and they'll not want to open it.
I've never seen this before. Open it and find out.
Well, now you're telling me it's death.
Only a little death.
Okay, Jai, don't need your input right now. How do you think Jai's voice would come across, booming from the sky?
That's how it's. However, Nemesis perceives it.
Yeah,
Booming like some sort of sky god.
because he's very self-important. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's definitely how that would go.
Does Nemesis open that door?
No. I mean, he just said it's death. That would be crazy, right?
The door begins to loom larger.
Okay, you can go away, death door.
Gets larger.
Okay, well, I'm not. I'll just start backing away from it.
There's no sun. There's no point source of light, but the door's shadow is following Nemesis as she backs away.
All right, well, I'll just start trying to circle it then.
Stop thinking. Clear your head. You're thinking like a human.
Well, probably for good reason. Thank you, Zoe.
No problem.
Do you not know any exercises to clear your mind? That door is going to consume you.
I'm just gonna try. Yeah, I'm just gonna go meditation pose.
Please tell me that's a T-pose.
No other red voice in the sky, but I am not going to T-pose. That is not my meditative pose. Just the whole, just like the classic,
You must plank
cross-legged.
upon the.
And I meditate upon Delta Rain.
That's actually where that voice came from. It was Nemesis. Remembers talking to somebody way back about doing yoga, and there was all kinds of teasing about the T-pose and planking.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll me a let's go with a mental save here.
Mental save.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently my Roll20 closed out at some point.
Oh.
Hold on.
You've been missing all of this beautiful music.
I don't know what. Anyways. Looks away because I don't usually need to look at the screen that much. Anyways. Mental save. And brain explodes. Nope.
It
No
is
exploding
close,
brains today.
but
Yeah.
Nemesis is able to kind of put the thoughts away, and all that safe space, the path following something, as well as the looming death door, kind of fade away and go back to just floating. Um, and the ball of light gives the impression of reaching a hand out to Nemesis without any actual physical body parts or even shifting of the light. That's just the impression that Nemesis gets.
Just the impression
Wow.
that you get. Bam, bam.
I'm not going to reach back because the other thing that was in here was apparently a death door. I don't
Walk,
trust anything in here now.
walk to the light.
No, I'm definitely staying away from the light. Jai, I'm
the
not going through the light.
the hand takes hers anyways, or at least that's the sensation that she experiences. Um, and this the ground beneath her it just collapses. She's floating again. The flowers all burst into motes of purple light and float away, and she can. It's as if she can see past this world. She can start to kind of make out like this structure of earth far beneath her, and they within all of this brightness, a sensation that there's a brighter spot far off in the distance, and that must be the sun. And she can see past that. She can see to other suns and other suns past that. Um, and it's all wrapped up in this sensation of seeing it. And with that sensation comes the feeling that she's actually traveling, that she's moving. She is must have if this were real space, she would have flown hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of light years, with her eyes kind of tracking these sensations of another sun behind that one, and then it coming closer into focus. On this journey, she sees other motes of light. She sees a swarm of light floating and floating in a wave pattern, as if they're dolphins swimming and hopping, out of the ocean. She sees schools of lights floating. She swears she sees a pair of lights that look like they have arms or feel like they have arms. It's hard to tell in here. Literally dancing with each other. It's all very warm and fulfilling, as well as kind of daunting in the sense of space that this encompasses.
The scale.
And even beyond that, kind of claustrophobic. She can be in as small a space as she wants, or encompass the entirety of every point of light in this space, in this infraworld.
I feel like I'm just trying to, be small. Unnoticed.
Uh,
Or try too. Obviously not gonna. Obviously not really.
Well, following from that, the sense of scale does constrict. She finds herself in kind of a light a light river, and feeling like water is lapping up against her as she wades into this river, and there's something solid beneath her feet again, and a sensation of warmth just coming from above, and forest trees surrounding her, except for where she can see this river going or feel it going.
Guess just drift along with the river.
Nemesis floats along with the river and has a very, very restful night of sleep.
I wake up with the hitchhiker. Nah, that's probably if I failed the mental save.
Whatever you want to tell yourself, buddy.
Thanks,
Let's
Zoe.
Yeah, now that you've gotten used to voices in your head, that's probably not going to be a problem.
Yeah, no.
Let's go to Charlie. Was Charlie staying up all night, or was he going to get some sleep?
They were taking shifts, so I imagine he slept for part of the night.
Okay.
And the armors had to be guarded manually because I think we ruled that psychic stuff doesn't last through sleep.
Right. Omikawa will be awake during that period then.
Yeah. Well, I still got the station keeping.
Right. That's
The
it.
security drones.
Charlie. Falls into slumber. If he normally has difficulty with sleeping, I should have said this for Nemesis also. Even if you normally have difficulty sleeping, sleep seems to come fairly easy here. The warmth of those blankets or whatever you're using to keep warm mixes with the surrounding cold and just takes your dream self into a light blue space, floating in space again, similar to how Nemesis fell asleep. What is Charlie thinking about here?
How even in Charlie's dreams, he still fucking prefers to float about instead of be on the ground.
There's the fleeting image of of the structures around you as they just fade away, and Charlie finds himself just floating. He sees those swarms of light as they pass in the distance. They come in from the light and they leave out into the light till they're invisible. There's the sun off in the distance, and on the other side, on all sides, another sun off in the distance, but they're all really far away. And eventually, that mote of light comes around. You were called Charlie by your friends.
All day, every day.
Just when we find out that secretly we're not as friends because he actually has a nickname. Ah,
You seem very content here. You want to see more, or do you want to simply sleep?
Would you like to know more?
Yeah, I've nothing to. It's a dream. None of it matters. Talking dream voice.
Is
Very
it a dream
right.
then?
The sensation of this mote of light reaching a hand out for Charlie's. And again, it takes his hand, whether Charlie reaches back towards it or not.
Yeah, Charlie, go for it. Show me your funny dream vision, dream voice.
Charlie sees much the same as what Nemesis saw. This kind of astral landscape where things made of light seem to live and live out some form of existence. Some of them independent, some of them solo, and some of them in small groups or communities. Is Charlie is actually psychically trained, like yeah, obviously that's no surprise. And so there's some significant differences in the neural pathways of his brain. You know, mainly his metadimensional extroversion syndrome has burned pathways through his brain to be able to channel those psychic energies. Um, and so this experience is a little bit different for him. It's more vivid, where he sees a couple dancing. Um, it's what he envisions around them, but also superimposed with, they're dancing in an amphitheater or in a tango hall. I guess it'd be a dance hall. When he sees a flock of or a school of those lights floating by, he can see the currents of light that appear to be carrying them. And through all of this, there feel like there are psychic influences of a telekinetic nature, but not strictly just telekinesis. Well, not telekinesis as he was rigorously and strictly taught on her. Well, on Atera.
Her was probably a bad choice for a name.
It was, but you know that's the system name, so I can default to the planet name, Onatera.
On a Monetera?
Yes. And Charlie, unless he specifically wants to try and explore this mind palace he finds himself in, also just has an incredibly serene, soothing, and relaxing sleep. Doesn't even matter that he's only gotten, 3 or 4 hours here. He is refreshed.
All right.
Jai and Zoe.
Nothing happens because we're vacant.
huh.
Yeah, we get a perfectly normal night of sleep with no dreams whatsoever.
I wake up with a crick in my back because for some reason I thought it was a good idea to sleep in my armor.
Well,
It happens.
You live, you learn, or not.
Which of you wants to go first?
Oh, okay. All
If you
right.
slept in the armor when you wake up and Charlie is awake at that point, you'll find that you're also in a psychic box.
You want to take this one, Zoe?
Sure. Hit me.
With your best shot.
Flying away.
Okay. Zoe, when you fall asleep, finds herself surrounded by by dismissive and diminishing thoughts. There's light where she's at, and she can kind of see the outline of the room that she's in. In fact, it looks like she's just kind of woken up, but she's not in her armor. And she can make of that what she will. But she's in the same room that she went to sleep in,
Mhm.
and the walls are questioning the worth of everyone around. The walls uh are dismissive of this outside world.
Huh. Well, that's fucking weird.
The walls do be like that sometimes.
I mean, no, they're not. Nemesis. Walls are never like that. Also, wait, is Nemesis here? I look around for Nemesis. Do I see her?
Nemesis is not there, and Nemesis isn't worth being there. She's not good enough.
Wow.
That's not true.
Well, that's what the walls think. That's what the bed
God.
thinks.
God damn, they've been spending too much goddamn time with
Oh.
my father. That's what this is. I reject them. I reject these walls. These
They're
are
getting
not
closer.
my walls. Fuck these walls.
They're closing in.
I refuse to allow them to.
Roll a
my
mental
dream.
save.
Fuck them. Roll a what now?
Mental save.
Oh, okay, hang on. Let me just wander over here. Mental save. A save of the mental kind. I'm not just stalling because I can't get Roll20 to open.
No, of
There
course
we go.
not. Do whatever
Well,
you
that's not just while you're stalling. There's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
reason you're stalling.
Exactly. Wow.
Failure.
Fucking wow. On a D20, I rolled a 1. No, refusal. I am a fucking expert.
Yeah,
Can experts reroll these things?
you can't re-roll that, but no, that Zoe's refusal resonates with the walls. It feels like there's a chorus, and it's not coming from just the walls anymore. It's from the very space around her. This must be her aura is resonating with. No, I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. How dare I be
How dare
isolated from these people?
How dare these walls tell me what to do? I'm the one in charge.
And the walls they're not walls actually, they're people, and they're cowering from her. They are
As
shadowy,
is only
faceless
right.
people.
This is only right. How dare they? They think they can tell me what to do.
Take off their faces.
No, I don't have to. They don't have faces to start with.
They're already
Yeah.
faceless.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, so this is your
Oh.
dream world.
And those nearest turn and kind of grovel and then start melting into the floor as they're groveling.
Yeah, alright. I've had enough of this room. This room is pretty shitty. We're gonna go find a better room.
What does Zoe do? How is she finding a better room?
Um. Hey. Nemesis, you still there? I mean,
Yeah, sure,
Nemesis
why
would be in a
not?
cool room. Yeah. Hey, where you at?
Uh, mm, I don't know.
Oh, I know who would know a good place to be at. Hey, Charlie.
Now, for everyone else contributing to to Zoe's dream, uh, keep in mind that this is Zoe's idea of your characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Um. Where are my peeps at?
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then it's like I'm playing video games.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. And Charlie has disappeared. Yeah, as he does. All right, so that's fair too. I mean, I guess I could try and find Jai, but
You know, he's just probably in his laboratory creating monstrosities.
yeah. And I mean, I just got out of a room full of monstrosities, so you know.
Well,
There.
it feels like she's actually inside of a monstrosity. It's like she's inside the disapproving gaze of her father.
That's
As
just life. That's not a dream. That's just my life.
well, in this
Right.
dreamscape, he is larger than life, and she's like just off to the side of his heart, aside from his sternum, inside.
Gross. I don't like this dream.
You're near and dear to
All
your
right.
father's heart.
I'm done. Let me out. He doesn't love me. He loves his image of me. Like, come on, dream. Don't fucking try and make this more than it is.
Zoe hears a distant, disembodied voice. Zoe. Doesn't sound like anyone she knows.
Yes?
Zoe, where are you?
I look around. I'm inside my father? Question mark?
I'm not gonna comment on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Weird. Who are you? Where are you?
I am
Where
Crew.
am I? Oh, hey crew, what's up?
What has happened? How are you?
That's a good fucking question.
This must be what being vacant is like.
Mm,
You have no
most
soul.
of the time. Most of the time, it's
Oh.
exactly. Well,
harsh.
I mean, that seems a little prejudicial.
This is your dreams.
No, normally they're more hot dudes, car engines, hover cycles.
I think I found you.
Oh,
Zoe
Cool.
feels a sensation of a warm hand gripping her shoulder.
well, I mean, at least you kept it platonic. You could have grabbed my hand, though, you know.
The disapproving and stern gaze of the father, as well as the rib cage and the heart trapping her, fades away, and she feels herself more at home around the things that she likes, the hover cars,
Yeah.
Harry,
I'm back in my engine room. Fuck yeah.
and Harry standing there posing.
Yeah. Dope.
Shirtless?
Of course,
And he brings me a beer.
with a little umbrella.
I don't care so much about that.
Okay. No umbrella.
And he tells me I'm right a lot. Look, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right. Anyway.
Zoe sees that mote of light again, kind of zipping around this room, passing in and out of it. And the room doesn't feel structurally stable. It feels like that oppressive sense that everyone else has no value is still trying to crush this into uh into isolation, crush Zoe into an isolation imposed by the outside world. And if she wants to keep feeling that hover car, that having Harry there telling her she's right, she actively has to put thought into that. She actively has to work towards that.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, sure. No, this is where I want to be. I don't want to go back to fucking everything
Hate
sucks
room?
land. I don't want to go back to the real world. Plug me directly into the Matrix.
One moment,
Ignorance
please.
is bliss. I'm gonna be the only one that comes out of this with like, you did not get a good night's sleep. You had to work all night, and you slept in a fucking armor, you weirdo.
Don't worry, you can just blame it on the armor.
You dream of Jai forcing you to work on some stupid, irrelevant project that he insists is important.
Yeah, I
And
have to.
you dream that he keeps making you work, and every little bit of progress you make is unmade by a new demand to change the project.
This sounds like a Jai nightmare, not so.
Yeah.
Zoe has to do fucking Excel sheets all day. Ugh, gross.
And Zoe has to attend numerous high-class parties and entertain noble patrons to win her father's approval, and
And
can't escape.
she has really great business ideas, but nobody will fucking listen to them because they're all like, "Oh, you're so cute."
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Oh, what an adorable little teenager.
Yeah. How dare you?
Someone pinches her cheeks.
Well, as long as they keep it above the waist, that's not terrible, I guess.
As the mote of light is flitting about this dreamscape, Zoe hears it warn, and this warning reverberates throughout the entire space. No, don't go into the light. Zoe, don't go into the light. And all of a sudden, all of these competing passions and memories are swept to a side. She finds herself on a straight, narrow path of just nothingness. The substanceless. She is standing on something, but there's nothing beneath her feet. There's nothing above her. To her right are those competing dreams, memories, wants, and desires in life. There's the hover bike, the hover car, Harry serving her beers in a speedo or whatever she likes to see him in.
Sure, yeah. Classic.
And it's all roiling with this negative space, the nobody's good enough, the I'm being isolated just because nobody's good enough, and the faceless appeasing maids. It's all roiling on one side of her, and on the other side is the light. It's peaceful. There's clouds. There's a sea of lights floating around.
Walk into the light, Zoe.
And at this point, there are actually no other voices.
Okay, but the voice that said "Don't go into the light," did that sound like Crew?
It sounded like Crew, yes.
See, that doesn't actually help me any because I'm not sure I trust either of those. Oh boy. I don't want to walk towards the light. At this point, I just kind of want to do it to see if that would like actually kill me, just to find out,
Yeah.
like if that's how Dex wants this to end.
Call
Do it. Do it.
Call,
Do it.
call the
Fucking
void.
do it.
Call
Yeah.
of the void.
Call Dex's bluff.
You wouldn't do that, right?
I mean, actually,
Oh.
you know what? I probably would.
Yeah,
but
no,
if you
that'd
do
be
it, I don't
hilarious.
have to.
Oh.
You're next,
Yeah,
Lulu.
we still have Jai. Yeah, Jai has the opportunity to walk into the light against better advice.
But I don't want to go back to fucking bullshit land. I like not being there. Is there space between the light and going back into all that crap? Okay, yeah, I hang out there.
There's about a meter of space between these walls, what seem to be walls of reality, and this path extends on for as far as she can see in both directions.
Cool. We're gonna hang out here for a while.
Okay.
I'm just gonna start walking along the path.
Okay.
See where that takes us.
Never
We're
wake up.
Yeah.
we're going to put a pin in that for a moment
Mhm.
and go on over to Jai.
Okay.
Jai, hang on, scrolling a little bit more. Jai finds himself in a situation similar to Zoe. He feels like he's woken up in this room, and he can kind of see the frame of the building around him, even though it was literally pitch black. When they went to sleep, no fire was lit because, safety hazards and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, it wouldn't be pitch black because you've got people awake and watching. So he can see the internal structure of this room. And Zoe could also. From what seem to be just kind of disembodied lights. There's some kind of glow within the room. And it's actually not a bedroom, though. It's some kind of office space. And over on the corner there is a desk with lots of paperwork on it.
All right. Get up and start walking towards the desk and examine some of the papers.
Oh, there's a man sitting behind that desk that
Oh.
looks at him. Looks like the most generic man you could ever think. Just absolutely generic face, generic eyes. Barely seems to register Jai, even though his head moves and the eyes meet his. And then looks back down at the paper, continues scratching a pen across this form. Well, I should say scrabbling his pen across this form. Behind him is a door.
Uh-huh. Dry's just going to clear his throat.
If
I don't
you wish
suppose
to
you could
speak, fill out form 3781A.
Really?
Unauthorized speaking, you must now fill out addendum B.
And if I don't fill out any of those?
It looks at Jai. Then you go nowhere. This seems to be the first time it actually looks at Jai, actually sees Jai, recognizes him. And go nowhere resonates through this tiny little space, barely 3 feet by 3 feet,
Mhm.
or a meter by a meter.
I stare at him for a moment, and then I start walking around the desk to the door.
There's no door behind the desk.
Oh, I thought you said there was a door.
I did say that.
Oh, there's no door anymore.
There's not a door behind the desk now.
Was there ever a door?
Hmm.
Locomotion requires form 7-8 CF1. And a form floats down in front of Jai's eyes.
This is a hell. It's an incredibly petty one.
Jai finds he can't talk anymore.
Great. Is there a form for thinking? Wait. No, I take that thought back.
A 3-page form lands in his hands, and on that form is authorization to think independently.
Which of course he's gonna fill out, right?
All the things that he hates about bureaucracy are on that form. You have to have authorization to think independently. You have to have authorization from at least 3 separate agencies to have a creative thought. You have to have authorization to seek betterment of humankind. It seems like it's specifically tailored to Jai and what he wants.
Insulted by this. No doubt there's authorization to get a pen to sign it, too.
There is now.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a mental save.
Okay.
Jai hears someone calling out his name. You are not in the right place, Jai. Must leave here.
I can see that, I think, because I can't talk.
The person behind the desk looks up at him, and the piles of paperwork that were between Jai and him scatter to the side. Baleful gaze of a man who does nothing but stops everything burns into Jai as Jai feels a somewhat warm hand on his shoulder pulling him towards one of those walls that's barely 2 feet away.
Yeah, I crumple up the paper, chuck it up the generic man's head, and follow the hand into the wall.
Guy crashes through the wall, and you can see it receding in the distance. This office of just forms all across the wall. It's one of those well, it has slots for all the forms that are necessary. And it's not just one office, it's offices spreading as wide and as tall as the eye can see in this space. Around that is the space that others have seen, the bluish dreamscape of floating lights. Yes. And the office space, the regulations, the bureaucracy are. It seems more like that's encroaching on all of this other space. And Jai hears Cruz say, "You are trapped in your old, lost self. I have to break free. I understand what it means to be vacant. Here Zoe might be lost.
Alright. Fine. How do I get out of here then?
I don't know. I've never met one like you and Zoe. But she needs your help.
Fine.
She.
If you don't know, perhaps I do.
What is Jai doing? So how is Jai applying his knowledge to this?
He's visited the Infraworld before, hasn't he?
He has. Mm-hmm.
Now, the Infraworld is a place that in many ways is comprised of thought, or response to thought. Right?
More specifically, memories. But yes.
Mm-hmm. But he does have, well, while we're on that note, he may not have his original memories, but he does have memories from his time on the Raza since waking up. He has got memories of the crew, he's got memories of the things they've done there. He's got memories of Charlie, Nemesis, Zoe. He's going to try to focus on those.
Okay.
And use that to create a way into essentially Zoe's dream.
Well, before getting to Zoe's dream, tell me what it looks like with this monumental, towering building of offices, open offices, open to the world here, that are trying to encroach on this more dreamy dreamscape. And how does it look when Jai is leaving that and trying to replace himself or place himself at his memories since waking up in the Raza?
The towering office buildings crumble and crash like waves of metal down into a liquid sea. That forms into basically a crystalline tunnel that eventually becomes something like an airlock opening into the Raza. Just something more. The Raza, but more perfect in many ways, which in most regards just means cleaner.
And probably larger lab.
Yeah, larger lab. It doesn't have the paint on his old door.
You don't even sleep in that room anymore. What do you care?
It upsets me.
That's
But on the other hand, like, he also, the moment he thinks about it being there, it's there again.
Yep.
So, well, you can't really shake the memory of that, unfortunately.
That is precisely what happens. Jai finds himself in that lab space. It's not a perfect recreation because there is his door with that paint on it, and that's not supposed to be anywhere near the lab, but there it is.
There's also there, as he thinks on it more, there's all the other like weird quirks and stuff that's been done to the Raza before.
Is there a Horclaw analyzing
yeah.
data?
Oh yeah, it's there. It's like human sized now, and it's in a lab coat. It turns to Jai and says, "Doctor, I think we've managed to locate Zoe's genome in the files. Would you like me to upload it to your computer Jai says, ignoring the talking pork law for a moment. Yes, do it.
Okay. He hears Crew's voice again. This is strange. You have two presences on the Infraworld. I think this is the presence you were born into. Here. I don't know what that other place is.
Wait, hold on. Two presences.
Yes. Most. Well. Some life forms throughout all the universes create a presence in the Infraworld. Humans are among them.
That's right, two.
The first time light is recognized in a developing brain is where your presence is created.
I suppose the second time. Well, the second first is where a new one might be made. And unlike most people, I do have two firsts. It makes sense, strange as it seems.
Zoe is making a decision between life and death. How can I help her?
On the intercom.
What'd you say?
Turn on the intercom.
Let me ask you out of character. What is Jai going to try doing here?
He's going to. He's going to see if he can actually find a way to speak with her across this dreamscape effectively. It seems like the sort of thing that would be possible to do in this nonsense realm.
Okay. Yeah, and I also, surprisingly, that isn't something that I thought about answering for myself. So,
Figure it out now.
obviously, well, no, not obviously. The voices that you guys have been hearing have been your own thoughts, but, yeah, you guys are both in the Infraworld, in your own kind of little pocket. So, how does Jai think that believing the intercom will work is what will make it work?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Or rather, he does indeed think believing the intercom will make it work, and because he believes believing will make it work, he believes it'll work.
That's a fucking
That's
orc
fine.
logic right there.
Next thing you know, you're gonna be painting the intercom red.
To make it transmit
It's
farther.
gonna work faster.
If I paint it purple, will it be encrypted?
Yes. Nobody will be able to figure it out if it's purple.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask both of you to give me another mental save.
Hey.
Wow, you are on the same wavelength. Like, exactly.
Yeah, well, we spent a lot of time with each other since our rebirths.
So, Zoe hears. You guys are going to be able to have a conversation. Zoe hears what Jai is saying coming from the swirling side, not coming from the light, coming from the side that has all the good things and all the bad things battling and swirling with each other. His voice is a little bit distorted, but recognizable as Jai. And stage is yours.
Hello.
Zoe, can you hear me?
Yes. What's up?
You're in an odd place right now, Zoe. Though
Yeah.
I'm...
I've got that.
Yeah.
The walls hate things.
Yeah, the
Welcome
walls
to
have
the-
opinions. It's very weird.
Welcome to the Infraworld, Zoe.
I don't like it. Can we go somewhere else?
Absolutely.
Cool. How do we do
Can
that?
you describe where you're standing right now for me, please?
Yeah, on one side I have well, I'm sort of halvesies, you know? I'm half in a world that has a bunch of shit that I don't like, and I'm half in a world that has nothing except for a bright white light, which I think might mean death, but the only person who said anything about that was Crew, and I don't really trust his ass, so
Yeah, I don't either. But
you said but twice.
yes, Zoe, I did. And now I'm going to say it a third time. But have you decided which one you want to go towards?
Well, I mean, one has nothing, and the other one has a bunch of shit that I don't like, but also a lot of shit that I do like. So I was thinking about going that way, but the fact that the person that was like that I don't really trust was like, don't go into the light, sort of makes me feel like I kind of want to go into the light.
As
If I may offer my opinion, Zoe.
I mean, nobody tells me what to do, all right?
Let me interject here real quick. As you are having this conversation and Zoe's describing that white, it transforms a little bit. It's not just a plain white wall of light anymore. There's swirling light. There's like cloud-like light. There's those drifting motes. They're very subtle, but it calls with a sense of eternal freedom.
Yeah, I think it might be heaven.
If I may offer my opinion, Zoe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always happy
Heaven
to hear
or
your
not, the sector is in danger, as you know.
opinion.
The Infraworld is intruding on it. And hesitant as I am to get involved, someone does need to. Especially with everything we've seen here.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're to deal with this, if we're to end this threat to our universe, we do need all the help we can get. The Raza does need you, Zoe.
Oh, the Raza needs. Ah, okay.
And so does the entire sector does.
Well.
So little as I enjoy getting into this overly sentimental nonsense, I would certainly like you to stay on the ship too.
Well,
So, while it is your choice, I'd ask you to follow my voice. Let's get out of this hell.
which way is his voice coming from? Is it coming from the literal hell side?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, there's some good things on that side too.
Yeah, all right. There was some good stuff, but the other side, they're just like, you can do whatever you want. Ooh. Does it make me? Is it so good? It's suspicious. I feel like it is. Yeah, it's too good.
Yeah, I
I
leave
gotta
that
go to the shitty side. Yeah.
That's your choice to make.
Yeah. No, the good side is too good. I gotta go to the shitty side because the too good side is
Freedom
obviously
comes
trash.
through struggle, Zoe.
Ooh, okay. Well, now he's going all Nazi on me.
He didn't deny it.
Look, My friends said they needed me, so I'm going to the shitty side.
Okay. Zoe steps into the tumultuous wall of hell and shit and a few good things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you asking for confirmation, or are you just
Yes.
saying that's what happened?
Yeah, I was
okay.
asking for confirmation
Then
on that.
yes, that's what she does.
Okay.
But she does it backwards so she can keep her eye on the like good side, just to make sure nothing like pops out of it.
Not to be difficult, but going backwards, she doesn't ever actually enter into the other side.
Seriously?
She has to walk face first into it.
That's dumb.
She has to face what she is.
Demons? Question mark?
Yeah.
The hair must jump into the fire.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Alright, well, I mean, I walk backwards, and then when nothing happens, I turn around and go, what the fuck? Why isn't anything happening?
It's like the walls and the space that she was walking along became a treadmill and moved with her. Or like she wasn't actually walking anywhere.
Yeah.
When she does turn around and go face first into the hellscape that she knows is life, she wakes up.
Blah!
It was not restful.
She immediately, like, shink! Pulls the blade out of her arm and starts going, what the fuck? Looking for something to stab.
Oh, Omikawa is the one that's on shift right now. Actually, let me ask, Nox, would you like Charlie to be awake at this time?
Sure.
Okay, so Omikawa is the one that's asleep right now, and Charlie's on shift. Jai can wake up at any time he wants to at this point.
Okay. I'll wait for a few minutes longer.
Okay. Yeah.
Casual.
Charlie sees Zoe wake up suddenly and pop out that blade.
I don't like it. It was a bad dream. Charlie, you know about dreams? You're a psychic, right? I look around to make sure. I look around after to make sure that nobody who's not supposed to know he's a psychic is there.
At this point, it doesn't matter. Everyone on the ship knows.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah, I have in fact heard of the.
Yep, you broke up a little bit there, Nox. Heard of the what?
I have in fact heard of dreams.
Yeah, but you're like a psychic. You've got like weird training. Like you know stuff that you're not supposed to know.
This is out of character stuff, but the psychic training doesn't fucking actually
Infraworld
do
dreams?
anything, right? Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
man,
it doesn't.
I don't know. The things I know about psychics are the things you've told me about them.
Out of character, the psychic training. Well, okay, being psychic is effectively metadimensional energy that traces a path through your brain along neurons, and that's why untrained psychics end up going insane. Is they never learn how to effectively control that, so that every release of psychic energy is not carving new paths. So the psychic training lets them focus those energetic impulses along paths that have already been scarred and burned, so to speak. And further use of their psychic powers doesn't damage them. So, in lore, in canon, yes, psychic brains actually are brain damaged to some small amount, and that can change how they generally perceive some things. I'll tell you out of character, it did shift Charlie's experience in the Infraworld, not by a whole lot, but by enough that he was able to more feel a little bit more of the ebb and flow. It didn't feel like as much of a dream to him. That felt like it was still reality, just in a different reality.
Hey.
Hmm.
Sorry if that made
But-
things more confusing.
It did. It did nothing but make things more confusing. I'm more lost now than I was originally.
Okay, so getting back to the basic of it, the psychic what the psychic stuff has done to his brain is allowed him to perceive what he just experienced as that wasn't a dream.
Okay. I'm. But then, my actions during the dream make no fucking sense. Alright. I will resolve this internally. But, I'm sorry, can you go back to what you said? I lost it in all the out-of-character jargon.
Sorry. If I remember, Zoe had said, "You're a psychic, you know about dreams," or something to that effect, right?
Yeah, I woke up and was like, "Hey, psychic dude, you know dream shit. What the fuck just happened to me?"
I like that's prejudiced of you, but you know.
I mean, that's very prejudiced. I literally went to. I was like, "Hey, psychics know about weird brain stuff."
Looks like a bad dream. Also, fucking, you broke my box. And then I'm gonna go ahead and reclaim that effort.
The
One
yeah,
box.
the blade
Oh,
did
yeah.
cut quite clearly through
Remember?
that
Those
construct.
telekinetic box around, you remember?
Yep. Worth it.
Let's have Jai go ahead and wake up. Unless there's more directly between Zoe and Charlie here.
No, I mean, like, if he's like, "What the? No, you just had a bad dream." I'm gonna be like, "Oh, okay."
Let's have Jai wake up.
It's a dream. Dreams don't matter.
Am I feeling rested?
Middle ground. You're not as
Okay.
rested as Nemesis and Jai. Or sorry,
I'm not as
Nemesis
rested
and
as myself.
as Nemesis and Charlie.
Okay.
But not as drained as Zoe. Zoe, that took a toll on Zoe.
Right.
Well, I'm sort of sit up, rub my eyes, get my yeah. All right. Well, that was a dream at the very least.
And they weren't kidding when they said we're talking about how we're gonna have weird fucking dreams.
Indeed. Interesting, though. And some of my suspicions were confirmed. Charlie, I can see your psychic powers didn't end up killing you over there, so that's good.
That's one theory disproven, at least.
Why would they?
I wasn't sure exactly, but you never know.
I mean that's just every day with psychic powers, right? Like
You
you
never
wake
know
up-
when you never know when your psychic is just gonna randomly explode.
Yeah, I mean, a weird memory realm might well have destroyed a psychic's brain. Maybe bringing like a precog along. I think bringing a precog along might be problematic, but you never know. Maybe we should get one and test it.
I mean, only if they're racist.
No. Nemesis,
Still
you're
sleeping.
here. Yeah, Nemesis is out. Zoe, you're still here. Great.
Yep.
Good. Wasn't sure who was going to bankroll the ship otherwise.
Is that what you meant by you needed my help? Oh wait, no,
Yep.
that was in my dream. You wouldn't know what I'm talking about.
Uh, regardless. All right, let's get some breakfast and then go see to the colony and what we can evacuate.
Other than our bowels.
You're still asleep.
Yeah.
Nemesis isn't asleep for much longer.
Oh, okay. That's probably
As
fair.
the rest of you are preparing to let Nemesis sleep through and miss breakfast,
More for the rest of us.
You wouldn't dare.
Yeah, we would.
Call her
and
what you want, but don't call her late for breakfast.
and preparing to go find out what breakfast even will end up being, you hear a loud alarm ringing through the building. It's kind of air raid siren alarm.
Never mind. Armor it is.
And we'll go ahead and call it a session there.
Okay.
That was a weird one.
Yep.
It was fun. It was good. It was cool.
Thank you. Glad it was enjoyable.
Mhm.